the second part of that quick question, Gabby. June 25th marks the 3-year anniversary of the Bipartisan Safe Communities Act. Although it was a big accomplishment, everyone in the room is painfully aware that we still need to close the Charleston loophole. Are you optimistic about further meaningful progress on the issue?
I'm optimistic. It will be a long, hard haul, but I'm optimistic, I'm optimistic, I'm optimistic.
Gabby was shot in 2011, nearly assassinated by a gunman who showed up at a Safeway grocery store when she was meeting with her constituents. And I knew a little bit about the issue. Gabby certainly did as a member of Congress. But it was the shooting at the Sandy Hook Elementary School that kind of propelled us in this direction to try to get our country to move in a better place on this issue, an issue that makes us stand out in the worst of ways. We have levels of gun violence in this country that no other developed nation has to deal with, especially for children. Our laws here are such that there are loopholes in our gun laws that you can drive a truck through. And, you know, in this case, they had to do with the system where somebody can acquire a firearm. And, you know, Gabby talks about this a lot. Like, the one thing we can do to improve our gun laws is with the
Background check.
with the background check system. And in this case, in Charleston, a decade ago, the shooter in this case went to buy a firearm. And the required, or the 3 days under the current law had passed. And under federal law, if 3 business days expire, the person's allowed to buy a gun, even if the background check hasn't come back to the seller of the firearm. It can be fixed, and your Congressman, Jim Clyburn, has legislation to extend the 3 days to 10 days. There are waivers, there are ways to, if you wind up in that situation and you really don't feel like you should be denied, there's a waiver process. But generally, you would be allowed 10 days to finish the background check, and that's the amount of time that the FBI would typically be able to sort out any issues. Now, our organization, the organization that Gabby and I started, Giffords, has worked on this in a number of different states. I think about 20 states. But if this doesn't get fixed, we wind up in more situations like the one you saw here in Charleston.